Back to the NFL playoffs. Fact or fiction is our next game. Hey, Harold, if I said Jayden Daniels should scare the heck out of the Detroit defense, is that fact or fiction?
I'm going fact. You talk about a poise from a rookie quarterback. He's cool, calm, and collected. He's great on third downs. He's great on fourth downs. And if the game is on the line, give me Jayden Daniels before you give me Jared Goff.
Orlovsky, you agree with that? If this game comes down to one quarterback having to make a big play late, a big drive late, you buy that it's going to be the rookie?
I buy that it'll be either of them. If the game is close, I think whoever gets the ball last wins the football game. I'm not going to discount anything that either of these quarterbacks have done, but I will say this. Jayden Daniels, if he does get the ball late in that football game,
bye-bye.
Detroit ain't going to the NFC.
Jayden Daniels, there has not been a quarterback in football this season more clutch than Jayden Daniels, who has 6 game-winning drives in the final 10 seconds of the game.
Or overtime. That's 100% right. J-Mac, let's move on.
It's a third of the season.
If I said Kansas City will need Mahomes' magic to get past Houston, is that fact or fiction?
That is fact. I'm going with it. Patrick Mahomes is a guy that this is when he shows up and plays his absolute best. This is when we have the moment where it's a big scramble. It's something that shows up where you're like, that's why we can't beat that guy. And when you have the defensive ends that they have in Houston, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes that's going to have to be magical for them to win this game.
It's our game Saturday, 4:15 Eastern on ESPN and ABC. Harry, you buying that? That suggests this is a really close game, that they're going to need magic from Mahomes. You buy that?
I agree 100%. Patrick Mahomes is the standard in the National Football League for a reason. This is when he shows up the most. Playoff football, when the game's on the line.
All right, Danny, here's the question I've been waiting all week to ask you. We've had a lot of back and forth on this. Let's do Eagles here and Rams. If I said Jalen Hurts is going to have to beat the Rams with his arm, meaning they're not going to let Saquon beat him, does he do it?
I don't think he would do it if that was the case, but I don't think he's going to have to.
Okay.
This game is, again, about Saquon Barkley. Now, if the Rams defense is able to try to slow him down and they dare Jalen Hurts to beat them, Philadelphia ain't going to Detroit to play in the NFC Championship game. That would be the Los Angeles Rams, because the formula for Philadelphia is very clear in how to win games, and this Rams defense is playing as good as anybody.
Well, let's remind everyone, B29, please, Cindy, of what this matchup was the last time that they played. This is a different one than I was expecting, but okay, that's fine. Sean McVay has never allowed a 100-yard rusher. Never. Not once in a playoff game. And he's gone up against other great running backs. Now, obviously, none of them have had the season that Saquon Barkley just did. Yeah. But McVay and his defenses have known how to slow down the big running back. Harry, if they do that, if somehow the Rams and this really good defensive front and Jared Verse and all these guys make this a game that Jalen Hurts needs to win with his arm, are you confident he does it?
No, I'm not. But can he be phenomenal getting the ball to A.J. Brown? Because we know A.J. Brown is the best wide receiver in the National Football League versus man coverage. But can Jalen Hurts be consistent in doing so? And also Devontae Smith, you can't forget him. So do I have confidence right now that he's going to be able to do it? No, I don't.
If Saquon doesn't go over 100, the Rams win this game. It'll be very clear. This defensive line that is in L.A., it's the best defensive line that this Philadelphia Eagles offensive line will see all season and has seen all season. And in many ways, it's the same unit. The Eagles offensive line is big, it's physical, it's athletic, it's nasty, it's tough. This Rams defensive line is big, it's physical, it's nasty, it's athletic, it's tough, it's violent. Here's the fascinating thing about all of this. Jalen Hurts has got 6 playoff games, right?
Yeah.
In those 3 wins, he's thrown for 154 yards, 131 yards, and 121 yards. In the 3 losses, he's thrown for 304 yards, 250 yards, and something like 230 yards. So it's very clear.
The formula.
When they win, it is not on the arm of Jalen Hurts. It's the formula of the offensive line dominating the game. So if somehow they can, and now it's a big if, because they ran all over him. If they can slow Saquon down and minimize him a little bit, advantage LA.
So here's the chess piece too, though. When it comes to Saquon, he's such a home run hitter that you can bottle him up for a long period of time, but then next thing you know, he has a 70 and a 72
You got to treat him
game.
like Derrick Henry.
Yep.
You got to treat him like Derrick Henry. Make him stop his feet.
But you, Dan, pointed out that this Rams defensive line is a dominant unit.
Outstanding.
Right? And Hembo pointed out, some of these numbers, this year, The 2023 draft class, Will Anderson, we all agree, is a transformational player.
Right.
He's had 20 and a half sacks. The two players behind him, Kobe Turner, 19 and a half.
Who's he play for?
Byron Young, 17 sacks. So Rams 2 and 3. This year, the Rams had 2 of the top 4 rookie sackers.
Yeah.
And this is a defense with those linemen that they've rebuilt the defense with that has allowed fewer points and created more sacks and takeaways in their first season without Aaron Donald. So
They got more sacks
and takeaways than they did last year without Donald. So essentially, they lose one of the greatest defensive linemen in the history of the game and have more production this season without him.
I'm going to add this. Most of those defensive linemen that you're talking about are first and second year players.
Yeah.
This will be the best defensive line in the National Football League next season.
I hear y'all. This is the same defensive line that Saquon Barkley had 4 untouched runs for 164 yards. So when I look at this, and yes, I agree with you guys in the sense of if Jalen Hurts has to throw the ball 25 plus times because they're not able to run the ball, then they do win the game. But at the same time, they have to be able to stop Saquon Barkley. We're talking about all of their pass rush numbers, the sacks, how dominant they were against the Vikings, who weren't trying to run the ball, who was dropping back, putting Darnold in position to go win the game. The Eagles aren't going to do that.
The Eagles are a 6-point favorite on ESPN Bet, by the way. Very quickly, Harry, I was just looking at the numbers at the bottom of that screen. A.J. Brown, 1 catch, 3 targets, 1 book read on the sideline.
Come on, man.
Are we good with that?
No, hell no. And
If
I'm gonna put.
we win the game, we all
But hold
care
on.
about A.J. Brown's
Give me a
numbers.
second. When it comes to Jalen Hurts and Kellen Moore as the offensive play caller, that should never happen in any football
I thought
game.
you said a different word there.
No, I don't care about that.
I thought you said a different word.
That should never
I
happen.
don't care about that. If we're winning a football game and we're doing it by running the ball and we're up, I could care less. Read the whole daggone book and bring a second one if you have to. If we're winning football games, I don't care how many receptions. I'm out there as a corner. Am I going to be mad that I can get an interception? No, we're winning the football game.
Yeah.
Next week you may be the guy, but today, however we need to win the game, it's the playoffs.
All right, bookmark this. I want to come back to this debate here.
Never.
Artie is our producer. We're coming back to this as the hour continues. And by the way, Hembo, send A.J. Brown a copy of our books. And maybe he'll read that. Standing work, as always, Shefty there as we set the table for this matchup. We're going to do the Lamar side of it, then we're going to do the Josh Allen side of it. Let's start with Lamar and Dan Orlovsky. You stunned me as my quarterback, as the quarterback in my room, when I brought it up in the meeting this morning, Lamar, and you said he isn't the person who decides this game for Baltimore.
This game's not about Lamar Jackson. It's about Derrick Henry. And if you're the Buffalo Bills, how do you get Derrick Henry off the field? And that's the challenge is you got to contain Derrick Henry. You got to get him to stop his feet. You got to get him to move laterally. Now, the challenge is Buffalo has to play against 7 300-pound people on the field. They'll put 6 offensive linemen out, now Baltimore, and Patrick Ricard. And so you get this run game going downhill. And here's the thing. Derrick Henry's going to get 8 yards down the field before anybody touches them. 6 offensive linemen, 300 plus. Patrick Ricard, 300 plus. That's 7 guys that are 300 plus pounders. They ran it inside the first time. This time they can run it outside. Derrick Henry, once again, shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. No one making him stop his feet, and he is getting downhill. Buffalo has to figure out a way to handle this. If they don't, nothing else will matter in this football game. The 6 offensive linemen plus Patrick Ricard. That is the #1 challenge for Buffalo defensively. Last week versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, Derrick Henry in those situations on first down had 18 carries for 148 yards. If he does that again, nothing else in the football game matters.
Damn, that boy bad.
That's what happens when you play with the lead. You know, Buffalo interacts or counteracts it, they get the lead early in the game.
No doubt, yeah.
Well, as you actually pointed out, speaking of early, it's the early downs.
100%.
Because if they shut him down on first down, go ahead, make the point.
So Todd Monken, their offensive coordinator, consistently last week when we, week 18, when we had the conversation, when he said, we got to.
They're making us fight for it. Keep at 'em.
Oh. Oh.
Leave?
King Aries right there. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Alright, he got you. Get him, Tristan. Fuck him up. Tell him to fuck him up.
10 seconds.
Gonna be a hit marker. It's silenced. Let's go.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? He could have had that. He could have had that. He literally sat there.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know why.
He could have killed you so easy. He made that easy for us.
Them trash cans, dude.
That was probably the 1 and 8, dude.
Probably was.
Hey, do you think it's a good thing Madeline and I broke up?
Yeah. 100%.
For some reason, I can't stop like thinking about it. Like she was like a good person, but like I don't think us as a relationship was good.
She cheated on you, dude.
I know, but I mean like I kind of see like why, because like I was kind of shitty to her in like the aspect where I was like she was trying to have sex and I was kind of like just like you can. Yeah, she cheated on me twice. She cheated on me twice. How can I say that?
Are you like unless you're like beating her? No, there's no like no
Yeah,
valid
like,
excuse.
I was a good person. I mean, just because we didn't have sex.
Damn, I have to dust you off. You too. Oh, he got me. Yeah, they're doing me bad right now. Oh, how the fuck? How the fuck? Ah, hit markers like motherfucker.
This ain't over yet.
They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long, it's Smith escaping the pressure right. Slings this deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
We got this. One more to go. Now that was a fight. Solid work.
Hostiles in the area.
I got you. Enemy attack chopper in the AO. Bring it down and
Hey, sorry guys. Hit door.